Welcome to the podcast where your next favorite story is already written in the stars.
We're your new book besties, April
And Tay, here to get your book cravings started and satisfied.
Why?
Because around here, it's faded.
So grab your current read, maybe a cozy drink, and hide your TBR list because today we're sharing what's on our Kindle libraries.
And will we ever read it?
No, because really, I definitely have a problem.
When we were talking about doing this episode, I started really delving into what was on my Kindle. And I was like, this is a bunch of random garb, let me tell you. Because some of it I bought, and then other stuff is my Kindle Unlimited library that kind of rotates out. I'm always disappointed when I see a book and I'm like, ooh, Kindle Unlimited. I go, it's like, ooh, return another one. But I haven't even read all these ones I've borrowed. I have the tragedy of going, I rank them at that point and I go,
Yeah.
Which one do I still want to keep on here and which one is getting exiled? Because I will forget if I do not add this to my library right now.
I feel that. So I definitely, years ago, the amount that you could borrow used to be so much smaller because I was just looking up because I was like, I honestly myself, I don't even remember how many you can borrow and it's 20. On Kindle Unlimited, they say it's $11.99 a month, so $12, but then they add tax. I think I pay $15 or something like that a month for Kindle Unlimited. So you can keep returning and borrowing. I love it. I love Kindle Unlimited. When I think of book subscriptions and things that I have, it is one that is always a non-negotiable for me. I have to have Kindle Unlimited because I do not buy ebooks. It's funny that you're talking about how you buy some. I do not buy ebooks. If it is not on Kindle Unlimited, I am totally one of those readers who's like, okay, then I'm not reading it on ebook form, or I'll get it in, a physical copy, but I don't buy ebooks just because. And this is no discredit to authors' hard work, but they are so expensive.
Yeah, some of them really are. And that's why if I am making the commitment to buy an ebook in the past, I really look for ones that pair with Audible because Kindle Unlimited has a nice pairing system with that. So sometimes if you can get the ebook, you can get a credit to get or they have both. You buy the ebook and you suddenly get the Audible for free. So in that moment, I'm like, okay, for me, that makes sense because I only get one credit a month. And that basically, in my mind, girl math is an extra free book. So I'm like, oh, look, I get that one added to my, and then it's nice because if I'm reading on my Kindle and I stop at a certain page, I can actually go to Audible and it picks up right where I left off on my Kindle on Audible. I like the two that they kind of tandem together.
Yeah.
So as you pause, so you could, and for us where, sitting is a rarity, we can enjoy a book. Most of the time it's at night and I'm having the 30-minute read session. I'm like, I'm going to read one chapter.
Right.
So I do like that option. But yes, I completely agree. Some of these that are literally a $24.99 book for the ebook, at that rate, I'm getting the physical. I am not.
Yeah, me too. Especially when it's $6 or $8 and the physical book is $15. I'm always going to pick the physical book. I still want to support that author. It's just I'm probably not going to buy the ebook of it.
Yeah,
so.
I want a book trophy. Hello? I want...
You got shelves to fill.
Yeah, I got shelves to fill. I want that physical copy. So I'm if it comes down to it, I just add it to the ever long list of TBR of, okay, well, it didn't make the cut this time. But also too, sometimes I've kept an eye out and things do get added to Kindle Unlimited. They kind of rotate almost sometimes.
Yeah.
So doesn't mean not now or not ever. It might join at some point. So
exactly.
I really do. This to me is one of the better worth it subscriptions in my opinion, because you really can have a lot of options to stuff. Now, me and you have talked about in the past, you can get ebooks on other systems, especially through the library. You can get it through Libby and Hoopla, and there's other great platforms. I use them on rotation. So if I can't find it on Kindle Unlimited, that's where I go to see if they have it on ebook on there, and then I can download it. And then two, y'all, if y'all didn't know this, if you like fan fiction, i.e. myself, and you're on Archive of Our Own, you can actually download your ebook from Archive of Our Own to your Kindle and keep it forever. And I may or may not have a copy of Manacled still sitting forever on my Kindle that I will never get rid of, because that to me is early edition vibes of, because you can't, that's another thing too, y'all. You cannot print fan fictions. There's a whole lot of rules behind that. I know people bind the books, and have I dreamed about some of them being bound? Yes, but I've never made that commitment to do that because it's kind of intellectual property from somebody else. And I'm like, that really shouldn't be printed in that regard. And then so doing something like an ebook and this opportunity is great for that, because I'm like, okay, I can download it and just still enjoy it on my little e-reader. That's just satisfying enough for me.
Yeah.
But if y'all didn't know you can definitely do that. Now, if you want a step-by-step process on how to do this, I'm gonna say look it up on TikTok because I don't remember off the top of my head. Just look up, fan fiction to e-reader, and I'm sure a million gazillion videos of other more intelligent people will hop up on there and they'll say, you do this, and that's how you get it. And I followed that as well. That's my guidance to y'all. If you want to know how to do it and how to enjoy it, just go do that because it's nice. It's cool because then it builds up your library and then you get even more options. So all the
Right.
Hermione fan fiction my heart desires.
I know. You strictly read on a e-reader, right? Or do you do
My order of importance right now is probably Audible, just because it's a lot easier for me in the car rides in the morning and stuff to listen. It won't be soon because school is starting back up again, folks. So I will be back to strictly my Kindle. I mostly use my Kindle because at night it's after I've done schoolwork and I'm crawled in bed and I need to turn my brain off. I sit there and I read on my Kindle. And then, too, I don't have to have a lamp light. So my dog, y'all, is neurotic. And if he sees shadows, he cannot let it go and starts barking and losing his ever-loving mind. So as much as I want to read my physical copy in bed, I can't. Some reason, though, the light from the Kindle does not bother him. And I think that's because I can put it on, its lowest setting. And, what's cool about Kindles, y'all, too, they also have warm mode. So I like that because it's not as harsh on the eyes, too. So I have it in the, warm setting and then on the lowest. And then, yeah, I can read my book at night. And granted, I've done it with my phone, though, too, when I've forgotten to charge my Kindle. Because if you have a Kindle Unlimited subscription, you can also download the app and use your phone, y'all. So you do not have to have an e-reader.
I purely use my phone. I have a Kindle and I'm so bad at it's older too, and I am not good at using it. I want to try to get a newer Kindle to see if I like it more, but purely on my phone, I will read on. I just have the Kindle app. And you can still the nice thing is they've changed the app. Like in the past, you used to not be able to buy books through it or get books through it. You had to go to the website to get the books and then download them to the app, which I hated. But now you can buy from the app, which is so nice. So I read strictly on my phone. And I do dark mode on my phone. So that's nice for the eyes, for the eye reason. I will say it's nice because it's convenient. I always have my phone, but my battery life definitely suffers. But y'all know me, everything in my life is always running on E. My car, my phone, I live on E. At all times.
This is such a true story. The number of times that April will send a screenshot in the group chat, and I'm just like, I'm the first person I will call out and be like, can we just look at the battery life here and just plug our phone in? She's like, meh, it's fine. I'm like,
all right.
She lives on the edge, y'all. She is dangerous. She's a dangerous lady.
Real bad. Yeah. Do not be like me. Do not recommend. However, I do recommend reading on your phone.
Yeah, and it's super beneficial because there's plenty of times where I have forgotten to charge my Kindle. So, and I'm like, no, I still need to read this book or I need to have the access to this. So I just use my phone and at that point it works. So it's nice that has two options there. But I do have the Paperwhite. This is my Paperwhite for people watching on YouTube. I am the person that likes to decorate. I also am the person that's a believer of the pop socket. It does help in my opinion because there are times when my self gets tired. It helps me at least from dropping my Kindle on my face when I've fallen asleep. So I really like the pop socket for that. And then I also have this cute little hipper guy that's a penguin because y'all, I've said this a million gazillion times. I love penguins. So he's so cute. Look at his butt.
See, I definitely think that's the bonus of having an e-reader that you're using so much is because you get to do the fun decorating of it. That's so fun.
And I had other inserts that I was putting in here, and then I just got so used to the chili peppers that I've kept it, and I'm probably going to keep it forever like this. But there are a lot of people that change it for the holidays. They have skins that you can do that are Halloween themed. You can do all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's incredible what people think of to do and soup up these things. But I really am a fan of the Paperwhite version. I know people have the color one of the Kindle. To me, that's too close to a tablet. I'm not looking for another tablet. I already got one of those. I want it to strictly feel like an e-reader, and I like the Paperwhite, how that feels still like a page somehow. When I'm reading on there, the background, I just don't know how to describe it. It really just still gives me a book vibe. Without actually having that book. So I recommend y'all getting the Paperwhite. It's also one of the cheaper versions too. And you don't have to get the latest and greatest. You can look for different generations. And to me, they all pretty much run the same. I can't really tell a difference. I had one from I think I want to say 2011 was the last Kindle I had, and it lasted for forever. And then I finally got this one. I couldn't really tell a difference other than it finally had some life in it, but it ran the same. So I do really like the Paperwhite. Let's get into the nitty gritty, y'all, of what's on these Kindle libraries.
Let's hear it.
Okay, I'm gonna do rapid fire of weird stuff because this is me scrolling to the bottom. So I have The Handmaid's Tale, okay, sitting on there, which I did read and buy at one point. So this isn't one of those ones that's going to be rotating out of my library, but I have that in here. I also have this is when I was a strong preteen teenager. I loved the book The Summoning series. There's 3 books, and it's by Kelly Armstrong. If you like young adult novels every now and then, but have like a touch of romance, that is a perfect book series. Basically, in essence, she goes to school and has a mental breakdown because she starts seeing people rise from the grave, basically. Turns out she's a necromancer. And I remember reading that as a kid and being like, that's wild. Can you imagine being at school and all of a sudden you raise these people from under the floorboards of this old school that are coming to life? Then they drop and then everybody thinks you're nuts. So then they put her in this kids' home, which I equate to like X-Men when I think about it. All these special kids, but they're not like, you just don't know. At the beginning, they're all Looney Tunes and that's why they're all in there. But then you find out that they all have separate little things that make them unique. Somebody is like curating these kids and not in a good way, y'all. The spoiler. So that one is a super good series. And I saw that in here and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know I still had those sitting in my Kindle. So I'm going to have to go through a reread. But then I have The Duke and I, the first book in the Bridgerton series. We talked about that one previously. I have the first 3 books from Blood and Ash by Jennifer Armentrout. I have Wicked by Jennifer Armentrout on here, the very first book in that series. It's been a hot minute since I read that, but I want to say it's about witches and I don't remember the nitty gritty details.
So they hunt and they kill the bad, I think they're vampires or something like that. It's been so long for me too.
Yeah, but that one's sitting down at the bottom of this Kindle. We have Shadow and Bone. I didn't like the ending. I read the first one. We left it there. I think I read it actually when the show came out, and I only read it because, y'all, let me tell you too, I have problems, okay? Because Ben Barnes, in my eyes, the Darkling, what a great casting, but also too, you could never make me hate him. So that's where they went wrong because they wanted you to hate him. And I was like, no, I don't care. He could kill 1 million people. We're Gucci. It's like, he's a good guy, in my opinion. He's just slaying for the girl he loves. Yeah. I was like, no, you can't change that. So I think that's where they went wrong because I think everybody else watching the show was kind of like, what? Like, and the guy that they wanted to be the love interest was not as good looking. So it's like, y'all tried, but fail. Double thumbs down. So that's some of mine that are sitting at the bottom. I'd love to hear what's sitting at the bottom of yours right now.
Okay, well, I am literally just going to go through what I have on KU because if I go through my library, we're going to be here all night and it's going to be rough. And it will take us back way too far because I've only ever used Kindle since they first came out. I was actually graduating high school when they came out. My library goes back years and years and years. Who knows what's on there? We have to make an agreement right now. If I die, you have to get my phone and delete my Kindle app because there are things on there that I'm sure are scary.
I still saw that I have the swamp book that we read, y'all, for the monster thing. That is still sitting on and that has to go.
Has to go. These are important friend things that you do for your friend. I don't care about my browser history. Okay, maybe a little bit, but I care mostly about my Kindle app. Get rid of it. It's dead.
It's dead. It's deactivated.
My Audible is
forever.
okay. I share my Audible with my husband, so there are no secrets there.
Hey, sometimes Goodreads has thrown me under the bus, y'all, where it's like, you still be reading or something. And I'm like, get out of here. Like, don't do me like that. I have family that have Goodreads. They're going to look at that and be like, what a freak. And I'll be like, yeah, but like, why did it have to do me like that?
So funny. Okay, so the first thing that I have that I've actually most recently been reading is Offside Hearts by Nikki Lawson. It's a hockey romance, and they meet in an elevator, right? And then the power, of course, goes out. They get stuck in this elevator. And what does she do? She's like all scared and nervous because, oh my God, they're gonna die, this elevator, right? And he's like, oh, it's gonna be okay. They do like 20 questions, things like that. And then no joke, they hook up in the elevator. She literally humps his leg in the elevator, like a total
I remember you telling us
stranger.
this, and I was like sitting there like, excuse me, ma'am?
Blew my mind. I was like, okay. I started reading this book because I saw an ad for it on Facebook. Facebook ads get me every time. I am always the prime target.
Your agent knows you. It's like she will download this immediately.
Get this. Yeah, we can sucker her into it. If it's in KU, sold. Doesn't cost me anything.
Oh
but the ad on this says, and I haven't gotten to the part yet, so like I'm excited to get to this part. The ad is like, when your ex-boyfriend won't stop calling you, so your new boyfriend answers the phone while he's, with you. And I was like, I have to read this. So I don't know. I'm not there yet, but I'm excited. Don't spoil it for me, people who've read it, because I'm still working on it.
Oh, that sounds good. I'm reading a book you
know.
would hate right now.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's a QB Tyler book, and I love her books. Let me tell you, she somehow writes, she writes a lot of age gap romance, y'all, but for me, she's one of my top age gap romances because somehow she makes it okay when she writes it. And I've read other ones, and no hate to them at all, but I've read some other ones where I'm just like, Birthday Girl was for me. Shanora Williams, where it's like Wanting Mr. Banks. I just kind of like wasn't hooked. But QB Tyler, she gets me every time. She reads me like a book. She's like, you're going to want to read this. The book series I'm reading right now is a duology, and this is book 2. But it's The Cheerleader is Off Limits. And the first book was The Nanny was Off Limits. But the second one is The Cheerleader's Off Limits. She is at a bar and she has a birthday sash, and an older guy comes up to her and he's just like, Mr. Suave. He's like, I shouldn't be talking to younger girls, whatever. She's like, celebrating my 21st, blah, blah, blah. Turns out that was a lie, y'all. She's 19. 19. He's 30 something. Okay. So there's a massive gap here. But he ends up being the football coach at her high school.
No, yeah, I would hate this right there. Oh,
I know you would. I was like, she would not like this. But I have been hooked and I've been reading it. So I'm like, oh my gosh. But
you're suckering it in, yeah.
I'm totally. She hyped it up too. There was some advertisement I saw and I was like, okay, I got to read it.
They get me every time.
They do. They get me every time. And I love, especially one of my favorite ways that authors wrote me in. There's somebody out there with a Taylor brain, and Taylor brain loves this advertisement, but it's the text message threads. So it's like the guy messages, the girl message, guy's message. Those get me every time because I'm so invested. I'm like, what are they saying next? What are they saying next? And it's like, I'm hanging out with my best friend, but I know you're upstairs, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yes, get up there. I want to know more. I'm invested. I'm like, these are people, but they're books. Yeah. And then it's like, you want to know more? Read my book. Okay. Let me just go to my Kindle and kick someone out. And then I'm like,
I feel that.
Will I ever read this? No. Kick.
No. Right. I know. Okay, my next one, I saw it also as an ad. It's Stolen by Starlight. It's by Sara Ivy Hill. It was on TikTok. Some girl was talking about it and she was comparing it to Ice Planet Barbarians. So it's very much like the same thing. These human women have been stolen from Earth, okay? And they're being sold like kind of at this auction block for aliens. And I don't know, that's as far as I've gotten into it, but I was like, okay, Ice Planet Barbarians, got you. I want to go down this rabbit hole again. Let's do it. Another book I have on here, I spent like all summer reading these books, okay? This one in particular, I don't even know which book number it is that I've read of hers this summer, but it's Broken by the Horde King by Zoey Draven. I literally,
is this another Horde King?
It really is. Okay. It has been a real Horde King summer for me. Okay. Number one fan over here. Have read all of them, I feel like, this summer.
God.
Are we surprised?
Hey, I love book
No. Yeah. Okay, I guess I was in an alien mood these last 2 books. I don't know. It was just, I was feeling it, okay? And I have read so many.
You into this spin. You were like, you know what? More.
Went down this whole rabbit hole with it. But at least this one's kind of like a second chance. They're friends to lovers. It's actually really sweet. I've been reading it for a while, though. I need to finish it, but I think it's because I was just reading so many of them that the stories are starting to blur together that I was like, I need something else, which is why I got the hockey romance.
I used to dog on April because she can somehow manage y'all to read multiple books at once. Like she can have, of her 20, she can have 10 going
Yeah.
consecutively
all
where
times.
she's like ping-ponging. And I was like, I could never. And then there was a time and place, and suddenly I looked at my thing, and I think I had maybe 6 or 7 books. And I was like, April, you would be calling my bluff right now and showing me what's up about ADHD because
That's
I was like,
right.
I am now in that phase of life where I just, sometimes I just need a change.
All of these books are anywhere from like 13% to 66%.
Yeah, and
That's me.
I don't think me and you are book club people. I'm the person that if I really do really, really like the book, I will plow through it. I am also the person that will take 5 months to read one book. So if we were in a book club that meets once a week and they're like, hey, we're on this, there's a hot chance I don't know what's going on. I have always wanted to be in a book club. And I think that's where the beautiful bond of our friendship grew because we're also like, you know what? We don't need to talk about one particular book. We can talk about many books. I was like, that's beautiful because not all of us are going to be reading the same book at the same time. Now, granted, you have read a lot of the books that I have then read after the fact because of your recommendations, and all of them have been bangers. So I can't speak to April's taste enough, but we're very similar. Not on my end to her end, but her end to my end.
Right. So similar. I know. My next one is similar too, though, because I know you were reading another book by this author. This one that I have on here, I'm 11% into this book. It's Bourbon and Lies by Victoria Wilder. Now, this is I think her first series, the first book in her first series. And it's about these brothers and they have this bourbon kind of like empire. I think this is maybe an age gap or maybe like a slight age gap. I don't know for sure, but I kind of get those vibes. He's kind of a retired, I think, officer or something like that. And she's essentially in a witness protection program. People who are way further into this book are probably like, what is she talking about? But it's really good so far. And you started another Rumors and Whiskey or something like that.
Whiskey. That's exactly what it was. And it was really good. I actually did finish that one. I actually listened to that one. I believe I listened to it on Spotify audiobooks. They did tie in some things, I think, from that series.
Yeah.
But I still was able to catch up at some point and kind of pick up what was going on. And yeah, the girl was like a bartender in that place. That was the witness protection area for these girls that had been through violent acts.
Yeah.
And a guy suddenly shows up and he's asking questions about wanting to know where it is. And she's clams up at that point. And she's like, no, you're not going to figure out where it is. And the whole town's very adamant on not figuring it out. And then months pass by and they cross paths again. And she's just like, why are you back though? And then two, she has a completely different name and he's calling her by that name. And everybody's like, who? What? Her family didn't even know she was in that town being a bartender and faking her identity while she was there. So it has a lot of good spins and it kind of kept me on my toes. I'm kind of bummed I didn't get to meet her at the last book convention we went to. Her line, y'all, was so long. And I was like, I haven't even read a book. So I kind of feel sometimes I try and meet new authors when I go to these book events. But when I know they're a super popular one and the line was backed up, I was like, I just don't feel I should wait if I haven't read the books, and give that opportunity to somebody else that's probably read those. But now I kind of regret it because, oh man, I really liked her book and I really thought her writing was very interesting. And I kind of wanted to ask her where that writing style came from, if she had
it's
a
almost like
background.
suspense. There is a lot of mystery suspense. It kind of reminds me of an old school paperback. Readers will remember her, Catherine Anderson. She used to write small town romances, and they would have this air of mystery or something kind of behind them where there's this big overall arching plot going on in the background. And so I really enjoyed it. It's that ADHD brain, man. I got to have 10 of these things going on at one time.
Yeah. And I have a few books on mine that I haven't even started, but I want to start.
Yeah.
I just downloaded, me and you talked about this, and I'm going to read it. Because I want to be hopping on the wagon, y'all. And it's, to me, not romance. But hey, everybody's reading it and I want to know what the poop is about. But it's Dungeon Crawler Carl. I got book 1. So I have that downloaded on my Kindle Unlimited right now. Because I'm like, I'm going to read this book. Second book I have is Daggermouth. That one I've heard so many things about. And I want to read it, but I'm putting it off a little bit. And the reason why is because I know it leaves off on a massive cliffhanger. And I'm kind of like, I can wait to put myself through trauma.
Yeah.
But I
I'm waiting
definitely
for Sad Girl Fall to
Yeah.
officially start because I've
Uh-huh.
heard that there's a huge emotional aspect to that book. I need Sad Girl Fall, Depressy Messy December. I'm going to be reading it around that time. I'm still trying to
And
hold on to my summer of Aliens.
I know, right? Alien summer is happening. You
Alien
have to
summer
keep
was for me this year. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. And then what else do I have? I don't remember what this one's about. I'm gonna have to look it up because some of these, y'all, I see a book, it wraps me in and then I download it, but Kept by the Kingpin by Evie Rose. It was, I believe, a darker romance, but something had to have captured me for me to download
Yeah.
it. But that is also in my to be read pile. I have, let's see, the Book of Azrael still on my to be read list. So maybe that is a
good.
perfect time in the fall to kind of get us, even though I say that and I don't know how many books I'm going to be able to finish between now and October, y'all, because October is ACOTAR month. I don't care what y'all are
I know.
doing. I'm
Pressure's
reading that book.
on.
I'm busy. I think the release for it is mid-October. So as soon as that book comes out, I'm busy. That is the only book that will consume my attention. If y'all want something fun for the release, let us know and leave a comment. And that way we can kind of plan ahead. That'll be the one time me and April book club now.
Book club now. Yeah. Yeah. No, my KU is a mess.
Yeah.
I literally have books that go back years. Like The Stopover, I've been sitting at 56% on this book since probably, 3 years ago when you first told me to read this book. I know it's a crime to you. It's a real crime in our friendship. I don't know what it is. I literally, I don't know why I haven't gone back and read it. I have no good excuse for myself. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I am sad because it is your favorite, but it's there. So, hey, maybe it will meet the rotation at some point. And you'll be like, hey, I finished it.
It's not a book that's been kicked out yet.
Some of the other brothers, though, will be your favorite because from what I've heard, every single person that reads the series, they always end up liking one brother versus the others. And for me, Jameson book 1 is my favorite. For our friend Morgan, she loves, I believe it's book 2. I think it's The Takeover. I mean, I love all of them individually. I just had a favorite, but his book, he gets with a single mom who has 3 kids. That talks about her having love handles and having dimples and things not having a realistic body, and he just loves her. And so my friend's like, I just love that. And I was like, that is totally a valid reason to love him. There's another one called The Casanova, and he's another Miles brother. And I like that one because he has a whole thing about finding an artist who he loves. And it ends up having a really good twist in that book. So each brother kind of has charming qualities that you're like, oh, I love that. But she recently actually just had a new book series come out, T.L. Swan, called The Heart You Kept. Never has she done this to me before, but all of her books are standalones, okay? I have read her books, pretty much all of them, I think, in her series. I've read all of her books. Get to this one. I'm so excited. It ended on a cliffhanger. I didn't realize that she's doing a 3-book series now. For the first time ever. And I'm like, no, I think the next book doesn't even come out maybe till February of next year. So I'm like, I would not have read if I had known. I thought it was just going to be like all her other ones where they're all can be read as standalones and, they end in an HEA. But no, it was very much like, bum, bum, bum. And I'm like, no. So Teal Swan, if you're hearing this, you broke my heart because I'm so used to your reading style. And honestly, though, good for you. You kept me on my toes because you're shaking it up. You're doing something different. Good for you, but also shame because I was not prepared.
All right, besties, that's it for today's episode.
Make sure to follow, download, and share our podcast socials with other book besties. We would love to hear what's on your Kindles. Please leave a comment on your favorite platform letting us know.
Join us next week where we try to explain books to our husbands and try to convince them that they really are a romance and that they're worth reading.
They are. And remember,
we're glad you're here because
it's fated.